Xin chào, what's up everybody? In this video today, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon over in Thiem. So we're gonna walk around Thiem. I'm gonna talk about Thiem. This is the hottest property in all of Vietnam right now. Everybody's wanting to move here. There's a lot of different projects. We're walking around right now the Metropole. So this is the office buildings that are here. The Met and I forget this other one. There's a lot of banks here. Over here, you've got Empire City. So that's Empire City you're looking at. We're gonna take a full walk around all the grounds here and I'm gonna explain what's going on. If you look over here, that's Thiem Mall. So Thiem Mall is over there. And if you look over here, that's the river and then the new project being built by the river over there. I still don't know the name of that. They do a lot of funky stuff with the road still. I'm like trying to open the roads here. This was all just not even a week ago. All this was trees and clearings. So you couldn't see past that third row just like a week ago. So this area is getting the most amount of money and the most development pumped into it like right now inside of Saigon in the inner metropolis. This area is super, super hot, but there comes a lot of problems as a result of this. So this building's the Met over here, and then this building's the Hallmark. So a little bit of background on the history of the Met and the Hallmark. Every big company now is moving. So I didn't expect all this to happen here, but every big tech company and big company is now moving into this area. So they're moving into the Met and they're moving into the Hallmark buildings. I'm talking all the big companies. And they're going to continue to move in. It's the nicest and most prestigious office buildings in all of Saigon. So on top of it being the hottest residential area, it now has also become the hottest commercial building area as well. The cheapest of the properties to get into in this area is going to be at Empire City. But Empire City, as well as the Galleria, as well as the Crest, they all have one gigantic problem, and the same as the Opera. And it's the hidden problem no one talks about. They are absolutely just rampant with Airbnb. It is not even just a few. Like right now, they've opened up the Opera. The Opera's been open for, I don't know, about 3 months, 4 months. Every single apartment that's already in use is pretty much for a short-term nightly rental. And in Vietnam, it's actually illegal to do a short-term rental. They actually already have outlawed Airbnb. Some buildings allow them to do it more. We'll talk about this as I walk around the video, but I think the management company allegedly probably works with investors to run the Airbnbs smoothly inside these apartments. Because from what I've seen, you know, they work hand in hand with these people that are nightly renting out their units when they should make it as hard as possible for them to try to run out their business. And then on top of it, you know, their average cost for a 2-bedroom at the Opera is like $650,000, $700,000, $600,000. You're never gonna get an ROI. Even at like $300 a night, your ROI would be, if you rented that out every night, it would take like still 10 or 15 years to even get close to seeing even a return on the money. So it's just, like I said, it's people trying to get rich fast, thinking they can buy 1 or 2 apartments and that they're gonna live off of that for a lifetime and have some crazy great Airbnb business like all these tards in America do too. So it is absolutely, pardon my French, fucking up the market though. Like it is overvaluating the sale of the apartments, it's overvaluating the rent. Nobody's actually renting the apartments because the rent's too high, so you're just having a lot of Airbnb short-term rental turnover. There's an ELA school over here, so if you work at ELA or if you were a teacher and you're gonna work at ELA, that's the place, if this could be a great place for you to live. OCB Bank, great bank. I think I am gonna open up an OCB. But the systemic problem here is all the people you're seeing right now are here on a short-term rental. And we're talking, they're here as like in a hotel form rental. You'll see it as we walk around. You'll see Koreans everywhere. And it's mainly Koreans. I mean, it's all different, diverse people staying here because there's like hundreds of apartments available on Airbnb and short-term rentals. There's a bunch of coffee shops, like 3 or 4 coffee shops, and a couple massage shops. Nothing too great. There's 2 GS25s here that service everything. So it needs some more 7-Elevens and stuff like that. This is Galleria. Galleria has the same problem of short-term rentals. You'll see, like, watch. Let's go walk by. I'll show you one of these signs that they put up everywhere now. If you do want to rent an apartment here at any one of these projects, feel free to let me know. Sign up for the Patreon apartment tier. You got to know what you want, though. Like, I'm not going to go and do a bunch of work for you. I think somebody signed up and asked me about buying houses. You got to give me exactly where you want and what you want. But here's right here, the sign says, like, as I was talking, we're going to walk over here now. If you do come walk around here, be prepared to have security to talk to you like that. I'm going to edit that out so you're not even going to see it, but overzealous people everywhere, dude. Seems to be a theme with cameras lately, though. It gets worse and worse as the months go. But I mean, what you're fighting inevitable. You're not gonna win that battle. There's a camera every inch of everywhere in the world now. You know, if you walk around Tokyo, for example, there's a live feed on every single street now that tens of thousands of people are watching live. So if you just walk around Tokyo, you're on somebody's live stream every 2 seconds, broadcasted to the entire internet. And hundreds of other cities have that same exact thing. So it's quite foolishness. But anyways, back to where we're at and what we're doing. We're talking about Thiem. Now we're walking over to the Opera, which in my opinion is a weird project. We're going to take a look at it soon. I'll be up in there. I'll show you a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom. They're pushing this as the nicest project, which there's a slight problem you'll see as we walk over here why I wouldn't want to live here. And this front side is they've got this crazy speaker entertainment system going on all the time. They've got this huge field, so there is one building that's dog friendly. That's the Crest. The Galleria is not, but a bunch of people have dogs anyways. So yeah, the Opera, I don't know as if dog friendly. I'll find out. They told me on the pre-sale it was dog friendly. They tell you a lot of things are like dog friendly, but they just lie. And they want you to just have the dog and then just get yelled at every day. That seems to be a kind of a thing they do in Vietnam with a lot of shit. Like crazy on rules, but then everybody, let's break the rules and get away with it as much as we can. So, there's an enormous amount of short-term rentals here. That's one of the huge, gigantic problems you're gonna have. If you're trying to live at one of these apartments and not and have some kind of privacy and wanna use the pool and wanna use the workout equipment and it not be bombed out by a bunch of tourists, you're gonna have a difficulty here with that. You're gonna get frustrated. Now, if you're an old perverted guy or just a perverted dude, it could be great if you're here for a short term. Like, I don't even think short term, I don't even care about that. I have to be in my 20s for me to be into like girls coming and going and me trying to hit it. And I want to just live somewhere where there isn't people coming and going. And these are pretty bad. Like, I don't think you understand the scope of how much they're renting out Airbnbs in these places. It's not like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or even 10 or 15 units in these buildings. It's 50 to 100 units in each apartment building that are being Airbnb rental. So you're going down in the lobby at 11, you know, when a hotel checks out, and there'll be 50 people. I kid you not, 50 people deep. And it's madness. You know, you go to the pool on a Sunday at any one of these properties or a Saturday, like around this time, there'll be 100 people in the pool. Even at the Opera, which has nobody there yet, but because all the shit that has open there is for short-term rental, you know, what do people want to do on vacation? They want to use the pool. They want to do all that stuff, dude. It's just the way people are, which I get it, but you know, these apartments aren't cheap. Like a 2-bedroom at the Opera, I think it's going for $1,400 right now. Like, it'll settle down to $1,200. The Crest is $1,200. The Galleria is $1,200 for a 2-bedroom. They're all around 2-bedroom for like a nice 90-meter full 2-bedroom, 2-bath in one of these brand new builds. It's about $1,200 to $1,400. Some on the high end, $1,600 a month. And those are crazy prices that we're getting up to for Saigon. But you're going, well, who's affecting this market? It's the Koreans 100%. And I love the Koreans. I got nothing bad to say about Koreans, but they are very poor with their money here. They don't negotiate anything and they'll overpay for everything. They have terrible business when it comes to financially spending in Saigon. I think it's kind of a bit of a show-off thing. Most of the guys I've met aren't rich. They're just middling in some money. They're making like 100K a year. And then they're coming over here and thinking that they're just balling out of control. A lot of the guys I've met have an actual wife still in Korea, and they're just coming here and setting up a whole new life and going between the two and having a new girlfriend here. I mean, if that's the shit you're into, it's cool, but it is severely fucking up the housing market too, especially the higher end housing market, because they all want to live in apartments like this. This is how your standard apartment in Korea is. Like a newer apartment built in Seoul, they're going to be nice like this. Not as architecturally sound as this, I don't know. I didn't wear my glasses, wow. I was wondering if my eyes were burning. But this is why I wouldn't rent from the Opera on this front side. Oh, I'm getting some UV blasted right now. My eyes are watering. But you can see here, this is a stage where they have trannies sing at night, or whatever they're called, LGBTs, where they have them sing at night, and they sing so loud, you can hear them every night going, singing the same song over again. So, no one in the pool. There's usually someone in the pool. They must be cleaning it or something. There's usually 50 people in this pool every time I'm over here. Man, let me squint my eyes out and just get the water. You gotta wear, I don't know how Vietnamese don't have sunglasses on all the time. My eyes get lit up from UV here if I don't have sunglasses on. It was so overcasty when I left to drive over here. So yeah, the apartment prices anywhere Koreans are at, which is District 1, District 7, they're gonna go up in price and the inventory is gonna run out. It's not gonna run out, it's just gonna keep going up in price. So if you think shit's gonna get cheaper, I'm here to tell you it's not. Central Park, Vinhome Central Park is more expensive than Golden River now. How in the fuck is that even possible? Again, pardon my French, but that shouldn't be possible, you know? It's a little bit overzealous. But they're willing to pay. They're gonna pay more. They'll come in, their work pays for it a lot, so they don't mind coming in over price or at price. But I'm telling you what's gonna happen is it's just gonna keep going up, guys. So if you do wanna live in one of these areas, Empire City, you know, the Opera, the Crest, the Galleria, contact me, man. They've got some wonderful apartments. Empire City, if you're a baller, here's what I would do if I had money. I'd rent at Empire City and get the apartment with the private elevator, just to never deal with people. The convenience of that alone is amazing to me. So then over here is the new water bus area. So you can see they're really building this area up. There's a cat nat over here that only opens on the weekends. This stuff gets pumping towards at night. People are going to this Amnon, but it's a little expensive. It's like a 5Q competition. We are going to return to long format YouTube videos, so we're going to be pumping out a video a day and a short a day coming up pretty quick here. And there's going to be a return of a lot of 1 hour format videos again. I'm better at talking and walking than anything else, so yeah, and there's going to be repetition of content. What do you want me to do? Sorry, everybody doesn't want to see what's going on in some random district where they're never going to go to. This is where people are going to be. This is what people are going to be looking at. So we shoot what's relevant to people. You know, I want to focus 50% of my effort into YouTube and 50% into the streaming and split it in half. Not like put one into more anymore. So here's the Starbucks. I don't even know if this is open. Sometimes they get big crowds here, sometimes not. Today, not a big crowd yet. Might be the weather. But you know, these guys chilling, sitting, having a couple drinks. Not open. It was open a couple weeks ago. But the Starbucks is here, and then you got a boat down here, and they'll come pick you up by the boat. If you like to work out and run, this is where I run. So you can come run around here too. There's an area down here. You can just run around this whole entire area, and there's hours of running around here. You can run all the way down to Empire City and then run back. A road goes all the way through, as you'll see. when we come up over here. This area at night, they're really building up. This is an exposition center or a trade center or like a show center that they're gonna actually finish, which they should have. If they're smart, dude, this is convention center. They finished the convention center, bro, and actually have conventions here. Like, have the anime convention there. It's way better than driving all the way out to District 7. The problem with getting over here is getting over here. You saw how we walked and they close all the roads off, so you gotta come in all the way from this other side. They are building a walking bridge down here eventually that'll connect Empire City over, walking over to Winway. And that's gonna happen soon. So that's gonna game change Empire City once that's done over there. Like I said, Empire City has the most inventory of the nicest apartments for the cheapest. I can get you into like a 90 meter, 84 meter, 2-bedroom, 2-bath for like $1,000 at Empire City. You're gonna have, I'm not gonna bullshit you either, you're gonna have Airbnb at every one of these places. They don't care. These people wanna make profit that bought these places. They think that they're gonna get rich fast off their one apartment with the Airbnb rental. They're gonna try their hardest to get rich off of it. And you see it time and time again. So there is absolutely no way of avoiding it at this time. None of these places want to do anything. And my guess from the way Vietnam works is they're just kicking back whatever allegedly, they're probably just kicking back the management company. Like, come on now. Why are they so okay with all of it when it's illegal? Like, they do nothing about it. None of the buildings try to do anything. They put their little signs up and then they just sit on their hands. So then everybody that's actually living at the apartment suffers huge consequences from it. The only people that reap rewards from a short-term Airbnb is the actual person renting the Airbnb and the person staying with it. And it just fucks life over for anyone else that actually lives in those buildings. So, you know, why are we sacrificing our life for a dude that wants to get rich quick on apartments, or a gal? It's ridiculous. And they don't really want to see it that way. So it's a systemic problem. You're gonna have it. Golden River is one of the only places that got rid of it, but I'm told now Golden River's fully back with the short-term rentals again. So you'll see them all over Central Park. You'll see them in Golden River. You'll see them in every apartment in Thiem. I don't know about Thowden, but I mean, I'm sure people get short-term in Thowden too. I think the Lumeri, all the expensive buildings, everybody's buying and trying to invest in the Airbnbs like they're gonna get rich tomorrow. I swear to God. It's wildly crazy. And the housing market is not anywhere close to what the selling price of these places are. And it's not anywhere close to that for years to come, man. It's already, for that 2-bedroom I'm talking about, that's like $1,200 for that. That's the top of the price, man. That ain't going up anytime soon. You ain't gonna slide that sucker up. Who's gonna pay? Let's say if you slid up 5% every year like you would traditionally do in like an America apartment, or 5 or 6%. Dude, you're putting that thing at like what, $2,000 in 5 years? Ain't nobody paying $2,000 for a 2-bedroom in goddamn Saigon, even in 5 years. We're talking delusional prices here. So you got a nice little walk thing. We've done a full tour of that before. No need to go down there. But the pluses to this, as you'll see in the videos coming up from all the buildings, I've already filmed the Galleria, so you'll see that probably tomorrow. And I've already filmed the Crest. So you'll see those two coming up. The only one we haven't filmed is the Opera, but you'll see those two coming up. I am gonna live stream directly after this on YouTube, but probably a lot of you guys are gonna be asleep because it's like noon already. So it'll be just the late night owls. I will say it is an absolutely fantastic place to live outside the Airbnb issue. If you can get past that, it's beautiful. You get a great, almost every apartment in all the metropole area over here gets a view of the bridge that's pretty nice, or you can get a reverse view of Landmark 81 that's a little bit cheaper. I think all the views are nice. The only problem is the management inside of these buildings and the staff that comes with the management, because they're trying to run a hotel and they're just not staffed. The buildings aren't made to be hotels. Nothing's built for it. You know, the hotels or the elevators aren't built to accommodate hotel-esque action. So will I think they get a handle on that? I think they have to, man. I don't think you can just let it run rampant. Like, there's people in the one building that like own their unit that are raging, that I film in and go to all the time and show people apartments at. There's literal people like raging that live there because they paid a lot of money. Like, they actually bought their units and they're living there as residents, and they don't want to live at a hotel, man. They don't want to see 100 new people or have to wait 10 minutes for their elevator because there's a billion people in the place trying to go coming up and down. Like, it gets to a point of like, what are we doing here? But this, again, is kind of a systemic problem that happens in Vietnam too. Once something's broken, it doesn't get fixed. If you've lived here, you know exactly what I'm saying, and it's almost impossible to get shit fixed. So once something's set away that it is, boy, I can tell you for sure that's going to be set in that way almost forever. So realistically, they probably won't get rid of these Airbnb rentals. It's going to be a problem because, as I said, the apartments were oversold, overvaluated. They're never going to get their monthly rental anywhere close to what they would get on their short-term rental, so they're never going to want to do that, period, until like maybe a COVID or something happen again, which isn't going to happen. So this is what it's going to be because all these things were sold at an overvaluation. You know, are you going to take $1,200, $1,400 a month for your two-bedroom, or are you going to get the $2,500, $3,000 by doing the Airbnb and having some Vietnamese you pay nothing come and change the sheets and put new towels in every day? You know, what are you gonna do? There's like one of my friends that's a YouTuber, his friend bought an apartment over here. He does a short-term rental. And I'm like, I want to meet your friend and tell him he's a piece of shit. Because he is. I mean, I get it. You're trying to make the money. I get the flip side to it too, but all it's done, dude, is so many people had the same idea. Like I said, there's 100 Airbnb rentals in each one of these buildings. It's okay if there's 2 or 3, but 100's a little fucking insane, dude. We've cooked it a little overboard at this point, you know. The area is nice. You know, I had the one guard press me when we were walking around the one thing, but you know, security guards everywhere around the world take their job too serious because, I mean, let's face it, look at the job that they're in. You know, I understand it. Other than that, this place gets pretty popping at night, so if you do want to see the action, you could take the boat. Like, it literally just goes from across here to over here. I don't know who came up with this as like another boat thing. It doesn't go a whole heck of a lot far, but yeah, come here at night. There's a lot of more stuff going on. There's a lot more people. It's very kid oriented so far. So the other thing is this area here is all for children. This is like a little theme park they put here. I have no idea why you have the most expensive apartment building built in Saigon and then you stick a piece of shit loud kids theme park in front of it. Who decided that was a good idea and was like, yeah, let's do that? I have no fucking idea. I mean, who even comes up with an idea that dumb? Like, I'm not even capping. That is for real, like a kid's shitty little theme park. It's not even a good one. It's like a carnival bullshit rides that you find. It's all it is loud. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, literally, you've got the most expensive apartment building in Saigon, one of them, and you stick this. Look how shitty this looks too. Like this shitty tent with the water all like. Who even comes up with this idea? And then who's even like, yeah, let's do it? I think what they did is they didn't get the land rights to in front of the building, which is absolutely insane to me. If I had your valuation, if this is America and you bought this apartment and you stick this shit in front of it, you just drop the value of this thing by like 15%. The other thing, as we close, they are raising the prices on for sale on every unit because they were told to. There is no selling of units like the news is telling you. I've looked up the sales in every one of these buildings. There hasn't been a fucking unit sold in the Opera in like 3 weeks. They're full of shit. So don't read the articles in VN Express where it says, oh, the apartments are flying off the shelves in Saigon. They're not. The only apartments that are flying off the shelf, they don't even exist anymore. Were $100,000 ones. And those are in like District 6 and further out there. Like a fucking hour away from the city. Yeah, those are going away. These are not. There ain't people dying to waste money on an overvalued product. That's why renting these will always win. There's never gonna be, I don't see how ever buying any one of these would be a good purchase. Rent it, use the brand newness. Once it's not brand new, move to the next brand new building, wash and repeat. And rent's never gonna be more than $1,200 to $1,400 for a 2-bedroom in Saigon's current rate. I don't even care, in 5 years, that shit ain't gonna change. There's not that many Koreans that can come. And that's really what's coming right now, is all Koreans. So, that's the video. As ever, if you do wanna rent one of these apartments, it's gonna be available on Patreon for the apartment tier. If you want to rent any of these, just go on Patreon apartment tier, send me a message on there, and I can facilitate you. There's really no other way about it. If you send me an email, I won't even answer it because my super fan club signed me up for 1 million email things, so I don't even look at it anymore. As ever, we stream on YouTube now, so just make sure the bell is set to all. I hope you have a fantastic day. I dropped a lot of knowledge on you guys. I hope this was helpful for a lot of people. If you actually want to buy a unit anywhere here too, I can help you buy a unit at any of these buildings as well. I am an agent in all these buildings where I can facilitate you with an agent to purchase at anything. If you want to purchase at Golden River, Central Park, any of the Thiem projects and Grand Masteries, let me know. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, baby.